Right. In terms of the market, which is the other big story we've been following today, and this Dow 20K watch that we continue to be on, let's bring Alan Nuckman in here along with Scott Martin and Heath Herzog. They're all with us here for the last few minutes. Good to see all of you. Heath, retail is your specialty, right? And that's what we should be talking about, I think, at this time of year. We were talking about Amazon earlier being on a roll, and I think some of the other retailers probably will do well just from people going back and returning everything, maybe buying something new the next few days.
Right. Well, according to Retail Me Not, returns are up 33%. That's how many people are going to be returning things, I guess I should say.
But when they return them, even if they bought them online, a lot of times they go to the store. They
do go to the store, but and to your point, Amazon is such a juggernaut. It's really kind of taken over this holiday season, and retailers like Walmart are kind of struggling in its wake. I mean, they are trying to get up there, but you see these retailers that poured a lot of money into building their online businesses. Walmart poured in about $1 billion. Same thing with Nordstrom, but they're just really trying to kind of catch up to what's happened with Amazon, because everyone, I mean, they were delivering presents up to literally the 11th hour on Christmas Eve.
I know, it's crazy. Now, I've been waiting for 2 hours of this show to unveil this, but everybody wants to know when the Dow will hit 20,000, and the only guy who knows for sure, because he told me the Cubs would win the World Series this year, is Scott Martin. So what is the exact time, Scott, that the Dow and then 20,000?
Connell, just because I care so much about your little heart, I'm guessing it's a minute after you get off the air.
Probably will be, right?
That's exactly
right. That's exactly right.
I do think it's this week. I do think it's this week, though. I think we're going to get there on Thursday or Friday as we kind of lead into the end of the year trade, because nobody wants to sell stocks by the end of the year. It's next year that I'm actually worried about. I think we'll get the 20K, but it's the January sell-off, the first few days in January. I'm a little bit worried about, because this market's come pretty far, pretty fast.
Right. The sports analogies, my joke earlier was that when Rex Ryan got fired, maybe that would put us over the mark of 20,000. Did not happen. Now, Alan, Scott brings up the point of short-term, medium-term, long-term, right? That longer term, it does seem like there is a lot of optimism out there about this new administration coming in and more pro-business policies. What about short-term, where the markets have kind of outdid themselves a little bit?
Well, in the short term, it's taken the leverage away from traders. If you're a trader, it's hard to be a buyer at these levels, obviously, after the run we've already seen. For me, it's all about crude. Crude is going to be the catalyst for the next up leg. We're up 2% today. We're at $54 a barrel. So if we break out above that 55, that target's 60. That's going to help out some of those energy stocks. And look at the Dow, look at Chevron, and look at Exxon. Exxon still has about 5% to go to get to its highs. So that could be the push that gives the market the leg up.
Crude is your catalyst. Scott, we don't have a lot of time, so that Heath can answer. Give me your catalyst, Scott. The next catalyst is what?
Yeah, it's financials. I'll take the other side of that. It's interest rates. Rates are backing up a bit today. Financials are heavy in the Dow as well. Think Goldman, J.P. Morgan. Those are the areas that could push the Dow above 20K as interest rates go up.
Goldman's been something.
I agree.
What do you think's the next big thing to watch, Heath, here that we should pay attention to?
It's definitely consumer spending. So people have been spending up to $655 billion this retail season. It's not the trillions like President-elect Donald Trump said. It's not there yet. But consumer sentiment is definitely up. So I think that is certainly a catalyst, because it is an economic indicator.
I know we got the consumer confidence numbers are the highest today since 2001. And as I said earlier, people are optimistic about stock prices, and more optimistic than they have been, funny enough, since 2004. Is that a sign that we're going to sell off? I don't know. But it was interesting to see those numbers. Thanks to all of you. Happy New Year. We appreciate it, Alan and Scott. And Mets, of course, will come back and win it next year. But good job out of the Cubs this year. And Heath as well. Okay. That's Cavuto Coast to